Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Elite Academy and welcome back to our daily issue analysis. Today's video is very important in the sense that today is the 50th topic, 50th day of their mains, and this is very empowering for the students. It is very empowering and confidence booster for us as well. It reflects our consistency, it reflects our quality, it reflects the seriousness, and it reflects that how important it is to cover issues on daily basis, so that when we turn back and look, we will take a look at them, then we will realize कि अच्छा धीरे 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 तो हमने इतना कुछ कर लिया है. So this is how we should learn, और slow and steady wins the race. हमेशा अपने आप पे विश्वास रखिए और देखिए हम लोग कहाँ से कहाँ तक पहुँचे हैं. वेरी सून वी विल बी एबल टू फिनिश एंड वी विल बी टॉकिंग लाइक दिस कि हमारी सेंचुरी कंप्लीट हो गई. So these videos are very important for your conceptual clarity, for your understanding, for notes, and from answer writing point of view. So we welcome you all to this 50th video of their mains. Okay guys, enjoy. And today also we have taken very important topic from GS3 point of view, which was there in current affairs. So we should know it in holistic manner. So we will discuss them in detail. So let's see what is there waiting for us. So today we are going to discuss about Msme. So first of all, whenever it is coming Msme, we should know that what is Msme. So in order to understand that, we have a technical classification. Based on that, we decide the categories of Msme. So the categories are micro, small, medium enterprises. So कैसे होता है, कैसे decide करते हैं? So here we have the revised Msme classification. And now the composite criteria based on the investment and annual turnover is being considered. So the classification is of micro, small and medium is as shown on the screen. So if the investment is less than rupees 1 crore and the turnover is less than rupees 5 crore, then that particular enterprise will be categorized as micro. So investment भी 1 crore से कम है, turnover भी 5 crore से कम है. If it is somewhere between 10 crore, investment is less than 10 crore and turnover is less than 50 crore, means जो हमारा माइक्रो का क्राइटेरिया उसमें हम 10 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिए. 10 से मल्टीप्लाई करने के बाद how much we are getting? 10 and 50. So that is a small. 10 times. Okay, 10 times of micro. Okay, and medium if we see, then it is 20 crore. The investment is less than 20 crore and the turnover is less than 100 crore. So how many times we are multiplying here? 20 times. Okay, so the medium enterprise is 20 times the investment and the 20 times the investment of the turnover of the micro. So this is how you can remember. So 1 crore, 10 crore, 20 crore, and the turnover is 5 crore, 50 crore and 100 crore. So if you draw this much in your answer, or if you take the help of this and you write, then it will be sufficient. So this is about what is it, what is Msme. So now we know. Now we will see the other aspects related to it. Now we should know that why Msme sector is important, why these micro, small and medium enterprises are important for the country, and especially when we are talking about a country like India, where we have population size somewhere around 1.3 billion, then the micro, small and medium enterprises, they play this sector plays very vital, very important role in the economy. So why we will see. Okay, so first point which we should know is that it fosters entrepreneurship. And this entrepreneurship is important because you will have sense of ownership, you are generating money, you are generating revenue, तो एक financial stability तो आ ही जाती है. So from that point of view, entrepreneurship is important. And when entrepreneurship is happening, and not only from the individual point of view, but also if somebody is entrepreneur, they are also generating employment opportunities. And that too, if we multiply, if we see the number, the scale of Msme, then they generate large employment opportunities. So this is the importance of it. Next is related to the absorbing surplus agriculture labor. So Msme, they have this capacity that they absorb the surplus agriculture labor. Thus what they are doing, they are helping to reduce the problem of disguised unemployment in rural areas. So this is very important, from disguised unemployment which is happening in the rural areas. Also they are complementary to large industry as ancillary units. So they support as ancillary industry, they support as ancillary units to the big units, to the large units, and they also play very important role in the whole ecosystem of the secondary and tertiary sector. Okay, so that way we can highlight its importance. And the last one is that they foster inclusive growth. So MSMEs are actually the instruments of inclusive growth. So they are one of the tool, they are one of the instrument for inclusive growth. Why? Because they are able to touch upon the lives of the most vulnerable and marginalized section by providing them employment opportunities. For many families, in fact, it is the only source of livelihood, right? कुछ लोग जो है बहुत ही स्मॉल स्केल पे करते हैं, लेकिन ठीक है, they are happy. Okay, so that way these are the important points that why MSME is important, especially considering Indian economy, so or Indian society. So we have discussed all these points. Now we will discuss the current status of MSME. Now we will understand the current status, why it is what is the status of MSME sector at present. So we will take the help of different data, and especially this data which we are going to discuss now, we have taken it from the annual report of Ministry of MSME 2020-2021. So 2020 और 2021 वाला जो annual report है उसमें से हमने points लिए हैं, and it says that MSME sector contributes a lot, and the number of units, if we analyze them, there are 6.3 crore units which are there as MSME. So it is a vast network of 6.3 crore unit, and it shares around 30 approx 30% of GDP in 2018 and 19. So इसका GDP में contribution 30% के approx था, 30.2% it is there, but even if you remember approx 30%, that is fine, totally fine. So approx 30% of the GDP is based on MSME sector. It has a vast network of 6.3 crore. So that is significant. That is significant for the growth of Indian economy, right? So this is with respect to the MSME annual report. Then we have another report where we are going to discuss about the as per the 73rd round of National Sample Survey. So this National Sample Survey का 73rd round, which was somewhere around in 2015 and 2016, it is estimating the employment which has been created by the MSME sector. कितने लोगों को employ करता है? So it is somewhere around employing 11 crore people. 11 crore people are working in MSME sector. So that is the employment opportunity which has been provided, which has been created by the MSME sector. So that is also huge. Now we will see certain other data which is not will not specifically fall under the categories which we have already discussed. अभी हमने units देख लिए, GDP में contribution देख लिया, employment देख लिया. Now we will see other data related to these aspects. So the MSME, whatever we are talking about, the 50% of total MSMEs, they operate in rural areas. So now you know the importance. So you can use such data in order to argue. You can use them to generate your argument. 45% of contribution, 45% of the manufacturing, whatever is happening there, the contribution, 45% contribution is coming from MSME. So that is the importance. And within MSME also, we have micro, small and medium enterprises. 97% of the total employment which has been generated in the MSME sector, interestingly, it is coming from the micro enterprises. So micro enterprises, they account for 97% of the total employment in MSME sector. So that is huge. जहाँ 1 crore से, and what is the definition of micro? The definition is total investment is less than 1 crore and total turnover is less than 5 crore. So सोचो कितना important role है, right? So that is another aspect. And 40% share in the merchandise export. So the share of MSME sector in total in India's merchandise export stood somewhere around 48%, and this is the data from 2018 and 19. So by taking the help of its role in employment, rural areas, manufacturing, micro employment, GDP, and the number, you can beautifully analyze the answers. You can use them to generate your points and arguments. इससे ज़्यादा डेटा की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. So अभी क्या करना है, डेटा को मिनिमल रखेंगे, उसको बार बार सोचते रहेंगे how to use, where to use. Then only we will be able to analyze it. Okay, so this is about the present status with the help of data which we are analyzing. Now we shall discuss about the challenges which are being faced by the MSME sector. अभी status तो पता चल गया, उसकी importance भी पता चल गई, होते क्या हैं ये भी पता चल गया. Then definitely we should know that what are the challenges then. So the challenges we will discuss one by one. The first challenge is the infrastructure bottleneck. So especially the MSME cluster and in particular the micro enterprises, they are inadequately equipped with the necessary support system. Okay. जिसकी वजह से उनका जो डे टू डे का बिजनेस होता है, ऑपरेशन होता है, और फॉर दैट मैटर देयर फ्यूचर ग्रोथ प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स, एवरीथिंग गेट्स अफेक्टेड. सो दिस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बॉटलनेक is leading to the problem of lack of expertise in product development, design, packaging, marketing strategy, and further it add up to the pressure of adapting to the changing environment around. इन्वायरमेंट चेंज हो रहा है, उसके हिसाब से हमारी प्रोडक्शन कैपेबिलिटीज़ होनी चाहिए, पैकेजिंग कैपेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए. एक एक्स्ट्रा बर्डन आ जाता है कि इन्वायरमेंट फ्रेंडली, इको फ्रेंडली ऑपरेशन हो. सो दैट इज़ एन एडेड बर्डन एंड दे डोंट हैव सफिशिएंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. अब होगा कैसे, उनकी लिमिटेड कैपेबिलिटी है, राइट. सो दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द चैलेंज. The other challenge is the competition which is faced by these sectors from the MNCs, multinational companies, due to various factors such as the rise of e-commerce or the advent of globalization. Bigger firms, they have forced MSMEs out of their market. तो ये भी एक चैलेंज है, होगा ही, नेचुरली होगी. बड़ी फिश आती है, छोटे फिश को खाती है, राइट. सो जब ई कॉमर्स भी आया, डिजिटाइजेशन होने लगा, सो दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट थ्रेट. रिटेल सेक्टर, आप ही लोग बताओ, हम में से कितने लोग जो हैं अब लोकल एरियाज में शॉपिंग के लिए जाते हैं. अनटिल अनलेस दैट इज़ द नीड, वी आर मोर कंफर्टेबल विद द online aspect. So that is another threat because of which they are feeling the heat or the pressure. Another issue or the challenge is lack of credit from the bank. So credit plays very important role. चाहे कोई भी business करो, चाहे जो भी startup हो, even we have started a REIT Academy, credit plays very important role in the development of MSME sector. So as a fund, it is very important, and that too the fund should be available at the reasonable cost, so that it can increase their competitiveness. If I am getting the interest rate is very high, if the whole credit is not affordable for me, so मैं क्या grow करूँगा, क्या earn करूँगा, और बैंक को क्या वापस करूँगा, right? So that is the problem with respect to the interest rate, reasonable cost. And there also the problem is of procedural rigidities are there. Sometimes there will be lack of collateral with the MSME sector to provide. Collateral की ज़रूरत होती है, collateral is required whenever you are taking loan, so lack of collateral will be there. Underwriting problem will be there. The customer often entails higher operating cost, right? तो higher operating cost हो जाता है, इसकी वजह से they are unable to bear. Furthermore, due to their small scale operation, MSMEs are not able to raise the risk capital. So market से वो पैसे नहीं उठा पाते हैं. So that is another problem. Okay, and the last one is the the fourth one is the low level of technology adaptation. Given the current scenario of the global trade, especially if we talk about the age-old method of operating business with low levels of technology adaptation, it deprives them the potential economies of the scale. पहले तो चल जाता था, पहले कोई बात नहीं थी. अर्लियर इवन इफ यू डोंट हैव टेक्नोलॉजी, नो प्रॉब्लम. बट नाउ टेक्नोलॉजी अपग्रेडेशन इवन फॉर द प्रोडक्शन और टू गेट अ मार्केट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Further, they are also unable to take the advantage of most of the government scheme because most of them are based on the digital infrastructure, and they require beneficiary to have some or the other form of digital identity, like literacy or digital presence, digital identity. So because of that also the problem is there. So these are some of the problem challenges. We will discuss few more challenges. The other set of challenges are the informal nature of MSME. So the MSME, as we have discussed, that there are almost 6.3 crore MSMEs are there, but out of that only 1.1 crore are registered with GST regime. So almost 86% of manufacturing MSMEs, they are operating in the country unregistered. So that is the status. ओके, तो अभी हमारे पास दो स्टेटस हो गया कि 86% मैन्युफैक्चरिंग दे आर अनरजिस्टर्ड एंड 6.3 करोड़ एमएसएमईज जो हैं उसमें से 1.1 करोड़ एमएसएमई दे ओनली 1.1 करोड़ आर रजिस्टर्ड विद जीएसटी. सो दिस इज द स्टेटस. एंड एज मेनी MSPs, as we can say that most of the MSMEs, they are mainly operating in informal space. Now बैंक के लिए और the financial institutions के लिए ये बहुत difficult हो जाता है to assess their credit worthiness. So assessing their credit worthiness can be difficult due to information asymmetry, particularly with respect to the financial performance of their business. So until unless I don't know, as a bank, I don't know about their financial performance, how I will provide the loan. So that is a kind of deadlock situation. Either because of their nature, they are not registered, they are operating informal, and because of that, the banks, they are not able to provide the credit, and that is one of the challenge itself. So this is the informal nature. Second is that a large number of MSMEs, they are ancillary units and they are catering the needs of the industries, both public and the private sector. Now what is happening? बड़े बड़े players पे dependent रहना पड़ता है, उसकी वजह से they often face this problem of delayed payment, affecting their cash flow and affecting their working capital availability. So this is the problem at their level, one of the challenge. And another set of challenges, low market penetration. Since there is lack of standardization of products, proper marketing channel, so this hinders the penetration to new market. So they are unable to explore. And the last one is other common problems, which is there for everybody. That is the lack of managerial competence or limitation posed by the labor laws, or in fact even the taxation policies or the market uncertainty. So all these other common problems, they are common for the any kind of industries or manufacturing or sector. So with this we have discussed almost 8 categories for the different types of challenges which are being faced by MSME sector. Hope it will give you a better understanding. And now we will discuss about the steps which has been taken by the government and what other steps we can take. Now we will discuss about the government intervention, the steps which has been taken by government time to time in order to promote or in order to support the MSME sector. We will discuss them one by one. Starting with the first one, that is National Board for MSME, National Board for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Basically this was established by government under the MSME Development Act 2006, and then the rules were made. And what is the purpose of it? Basically this body examines the factors affecting promotion and development of MSMEs. तो उसको एग्जामिन करेगा, देन इट रिव्यूज द एग्जिस्टिंग पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोग्राम्स एंड अकॉर्डिंगली दे रिकमेंड, दे सजेस्ट रिकमेंडेशंस टू द गवर्नमेंट दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ पॉलिसीज एंड प्रोग्राम should government bring in order to promote the growth of MSMEs. So that is one aspect of it. Second step which has been taken by government is Udyam registration. So now we have seen that now there is era of the revised classification is based on the composite era. So composite criteria of classification of MSME is there. So the ministry now has replaced the old portal for the process of filing filing of Udyog Aadhaar memorandum. So anyways, that is no more, so we will not remember it. Now this Udyam registration on portal has been developed. This portal has been developed by the ministry. So basically registration को बढ़ाने के लिए, नंबर पता चलेगा, स्मूथ करने के लिए this has been done. Next is framework for revival and rehabilitation of MSMEs. Basically this is there to provide simpler, faster mechanism to address the stress in the accounts of MSMEs and to facilitate the promotion. कोई भी उनका let's say if there is some problem, if some stress is there in account, so it will be more simpler and faster so that their revival and rehabilitation can be done. So this is the framework for revival and rehabilitation of MSMEs. Next one is MSME data bank is there. So this data bank will help Ministry of MSME to streamline and monitor the schemes or the benefits which has to be passed on directly to MSMEs. So कैसे monitor करना है? If they will have, if I have database, let's say if I have database of my students, then only I can monitor, I can help them, right? So it will also provide the real-time information about the status of MSME under various parameters. So we discussed that one of the issue was of information asymmetry. Okay, like this, My SME is a web-based app to help the MSME sector. Then direct benefit transfer under the Ministry of MSME is there. So directly whatever benefits has to be given, now it is being given as through DBT. And then we have Digi Dhan mission in order to promote the digital payment. So for the MSMEs who are registered under this Udyam registration, so efforts are being made by the government to spread the awareness and on the ease and the benefits of different digital payments, mode of payments. It can be Bheem or UPI or through Bharat code. So एक awareness drive है. So this is Digi Dhan mission. Then we have MSME Samadhan. Basically this is to address the delayed payment. हमने already discussed किया that it is one of the challenge. So in case of the delay in payment beyond 45 days, what MSME suppliers can do, they may approach the Micro and Small Enterprise Facilitation Council is there, MSEFC, Micro and Small Enterprise Facilitation Council, which was constituted under the act only. In all state and UTs, this council is there. So under that, under the MSME Development Act, the delayed payments to supplier units, it attracts compound interest with monthly interest at 3 times of the bank rate notified by the Reserve Bank. So if I am delaying my payment as an industry to the MSME sector, 45 days से ज़्यादा होता है तो compound interest लगता है, right? So even if you remember that compound interest component is there, then also you will be able to address it. So it is a kind of deterrence for the industries who are delaying the payment. ठीक है? And the next point is MSME Sampark is there, MSME Sambandh we have discussed. Okay, so MSME Sampark, sorry, we have discussed MSME Samadhan. Now MSME Sampark is there. So this is a portal and it is a digital platform wherein job seekers, basically those who have passed out as a trainee or the students of MSME technology center from those centers, so the job seekers and the recruiters, they can register on themselves and it will provide for them if somebody is looking for talent hunt. So यहाँ से संपर्क, the name itself is contact, संपर्क. Then there are other schemes like MSME Sambandh is there, where the procurement, monitoring of procurement, if it is done by the central government or central departments, PSUs, so it enables to share them the list of required products and services from MSMEs. So अभी GEM portal में ये component add किया गया है that how much percentage should be, this much percentage you have to borrow or you have to take, you have to procure basically from MSME. So that is how government is promoting. Other than these, the other schemes also include Aspire, Credit Guarantee Scheme, Credit Linked Capital Subsidy Scheme, or Zero Defect, Zero Effect model. So there are many steps which government has taken time to time in order to promote. Even if you remember few of them, it will be helpful for you. So this is it with respect to the steps which government has taken. Now we know that government is also taking a step. There are challenges as well, and status and rest of the things we have already seen. So what do we need? इसके बाद भी problem रह रही है, तो उस problem को solve करने के लिए there has to be a way forward, right? So what is that way forward? That we will discuss now. Now we will discuss about the way forward. So the way forward shall start from the first point, which is the need for independent regulatory framework. So government should create an independent regulatory framework which can either advise or provide consultancy to MSMEs time to time. अभी आजकल क्या है, हर जगह consultancy का culture है. Like if you want to grow, then consultants are there and they will help you, they will advise you, they will coach you. So even I'm a life coach, so we coach कि कैसे रहना है, कैसे क्या करना है, and to solve the problem. So it's very natural if there is independent regulatory framework which can counsel, which can support, which can advise the MSMEs, it will be very good. Other aspect is related to the concession which are awarded to these MSMEs in terms of tax breaks or the low interest rates. This must be extended beyond what is currently provided if they are to target higher growth rate. Okay, so थोड़े दिन हमें उन्हें hand holding करनी पड़ेगी, support करना पड़ेगा. Also, we need to strengthen the grievance redressal mechanism against the faulty payments by large business houses. So even though we have the provision in place, but the grievance redressal mechanism is not smooth, it is not sometimes functional, and it is not supportive. Okay. And the next one is inclusion of emerging technologies. So the sector should be incorporated with new and emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, data analytics, robotics, and related technologies. Collectively, it is called as the Industrial 4.0, Industrial Revolution 4.0. So this related technologies for organized large scale manufacturing, if we are going to support them through these technologies, even in future they can also, their scale of manufacturing can also be promoted, and they can also become the big or the large manufacturing units. And the last one, whenever we are talking about, then we should also mention about the digital adaptation. When digital adaptation is happening in all these sectors at individual level, be it society, be it industries, we are seeing digital adoption at every level. So we should incentivize the digital adaptation within this sector as well. It can be through providing digital literacy, addressing the skill challenges, or simplifying the compliance framework, and support would be such kind of supports would be needed, and it will enable the growth of India as a manufacturing hub, taking the help of MSMEs, right? So in the end, you can talk about that if India is aspiring to become USD 5 trillion economy, or India is aspiring to become USD 10 trillion economy by 2034, then the role of MSMEs should not be undermined, because they provide employment, and that too, especially when we are talking about the demographic dividend, then a vibrant, sturdy, innovative MSME sector is very important. It is sine qua non. Okay, so this is how you are going to summarize. Now, whatever you are learning, my dear students, you should always remember that you should not put what you know in the answer sheet on the paper. Rather, the same information you have to use, keeping in mind that whatever is the demand of the answer, I have to put my answer, I have to put the information accordingly there. Okay, then only it will be able to satisfy the demand of the question. So this is it with respect to MSME sector. Hope you all enjoyed this week their main topics, and tomorrow again we will come up with their prelims. That would be the last video of this week, and make use of these videos from Monday to Saturday, whatever we are posting, and feel free to approach us in case of any problem. Okay, take care guys, bye bye, see you, be safe, and revise very well.